Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. It is nice outside from what I can see. Not like, it's nice. As long as the sky and the world is not enveloped in nuclear fire or it's just ash and stone outside, it's a good day. It is good to be alive. It is good to have the world continue to spin underneath us, for we live on a globe. And that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. There have been a few things that happened, Some things I want to talk about. Some things maybe I'll remember if I can. Like here, my chair has done something that's kind of irritating. It has a setting where it can tip back and a setting where it doesn't. It just goes clunk and it doesn't move backward. Thing is, it does it at random on its own. So for the past 4 or 5 days, it has been stuck where it doesn't tip back. It just clunk and it doesn't go back. This morning I sat down and whee! So now I just have to use my body weight to keep myself pulled that direction instead of the stop holding me back. Thumbs up for that. But I did go walkies last night. And I found out that you can purchase distilled water with an EBT card. I had about $2 left on my EBT card, and I needed distilled water for my sleep apnea machine. Because it's such high pressure, yes, technically I can use it without water. But I have to use cannabis as it is, and so I have dry mouth when I go to bed. And then the constant of the air, I am dry as it is, even when I have that thing pumping humidified water in through the tube. Without that, it's horrific and nightmarish. So I have to put water in my little reservoir. Sometimes it's just the water flows over the top of it. I don't heat it. Sometimes I heat it to add extra humidity to the air I'm breathing. But without it, I'm stuck, and I don't have any money. Luckily, I had the $2 on my EBT card, and I was able to buy a gallon of distilled water. Thumbs up for that. 29th is when Oh, no, I don't. I forgot. I get my disability on the 3rd of the month, so it's going to be next month. Oh joy, next month, next week before my disability comes through. So, and that's bad because my food stamps don't go through until I get, that's the EBT stuff, on the 3rd of the month. And right now I use the last of it for distilled water, and I have some potatoes and a few cans of peas. So I'm not out of food. I just don't have food that I'm really looking forward to eating. Thumbs up for that. And I'm already minus $100 on my checking account, so yay. But at least I went walkies last night, and that's good. Oh boy, did my legs hurt. This not walking every day, my body, I had the plan to not walk every night so that my body would be in that stress period of pushing, because I had plateaued, and before you reach that point, you're pushing, you're stressing, you're getting your body going, ugh, and having to get ready and get tougher and get stronger. When you're plateaued, you're there. And so my exercise plan has been walk a little bit less so that every time I do, I'm in that final bit of pushing area to stress my body as I go walking. Boy, did I forget how terrible that feels, because man, do my legs hurt when I go walking now. From my ankles up to my thighs. It's not fun. And of course, I'm still doing this because of course I am. Make sure I'm centered. It's fun, and I do it, like I said, even if I only had 5 subscribers and 5 views on a video a day, because it's fun. I enjoy being creative, even if it's in little tiny ways like this. I can't remember exactly what I was talking about. I know it was the stress on my body. There we go. So I've reached the point now where, yeah, my legs really hurt each time I do go walking. I imagine part of that is probably the fact that my body's kind of in starvation mode, since I've gone from eating a fair amount of stuff to I have no money and no food. Now I'm eating like a can of peas a day and still exercising. It is a thing. It is an adjustment. It's been a couple years now where I've been slowly putting on weight. Whereas a couple years back, I lost 25 pounds when I ran out of food and I didn't have an EBT card, and in space of like 3 months, 2 or 3 months, I lost 25 pounds. And now I'm at 200 instead of 170. Oh, I don't like weighing so much. So part of me is not unhappy that I am not having food to eat, because it is a common thing for people to show control by starving themselves. You have no control over your life, but you can control this. And so they do. So part of my activities does include partly that. I have very little control over my life, but I can control my meat machine. So partly, I'm not too upset that I don't have money for food, because I'm exerting some control over my life by reining in my physical body in this fashion to bring my weight down. It's not exactly a healthy way to exert control over your life, except if you are overweight. And at 200, I really should bring it down to 180 or 170 or so. So, yeah, I don't like the fact that I weigh as much now as I did when I was 19. The good part is I only weigh as much as I did when I was 19, because before I was 19, I was struggling at like 220. After I got out of the Air Force, I was around 220, 240, until my alcoholism brought me down to 170, crashed and burned in the year 2000. Point being, though, that, yeah, it's, at least I don't weigh more. So I'm at my Air Force weight right now. Literally. I spent my entire 4 years in the Air Force anywhere from 196 to 204. My weight limit was 196. Technically, I should have been on the Fat Boy program for being overweight. I just never went, and I never got in trouble for it, so thumbs up for that. Checking my list over here. Oh yes, this is really, really pointless, but I have to talk about it because it's one of these things that bugs me. It's about the game Anthem. If you've seen the game Anthem by BioWare and Electronic Arts, it's these. If you haven't, then I'm going to tell you about it. If you have, it's all going to be a few seconds. I'm not going to give you a full thing on the game, but the point is there are these things called javelins. They're exosuits. They're just a bit bigger than you, because they open up in the back. You jump in. You've got your arms in the suits. It closes up behind you, and then you go flying and using your weaponry. You've got power armor, and it looks really cool. But there's something that bugs me so much, because one of the animations for getting into it, at least in cutscenes, I don't know if they do it in game, but they've showed this enough. They showed the back of the thing opening up. There's the two holes that your feet go into, and then you shove your legs into it, and then you get in. You're wearing work boots, and you're walking around in a world filled with dirt, garbage, dust, leaves, organic detritus, people dropping stuff. When you get into these javelins, you are taking your boots and you are stuffing them into these leg holes. They even show that are barely big enough for your boots to fit into. At no point do they show these people cleaning their boots before they shove their feet into their javelins. So everything that's on their foot gets wedged off and coats the opening where you are resting your crotch. So even if you're wearing clothing, if you have wet mud on your boots, you're going to have a wet crotch as you go flying around because you're sitting in mud, because everything scrapes off your boots and stays right there at the openings. They really needed to show something different, because for people like me, it's like, I'd never wear that damn thing. For my bed, I make sure my feet don't even touch the floor. My bare feet, they don't touch carpeting. I am fastidious enough that when I make sure my feet have never touched anything but socks or my bed. That's it. No carpeting, no nothing else, because I put lotion and stuff on my legs and feet, and if I touch anything, I'm going to be putting the ground all over my legs. So I wouldn't go into a javelin where you shove your dirty feet right in there and then you settle your crotch in tightly on top of it. Ugh. So anyway, just because of that simple cosmetic effect, I'm glad the game is failing. Which is not true, but I just thought I'd make it seem like I was sociopathic. Because I'm not. I'm actually a nice guy, and I don't even like billion-dollar corporations to fail. Because corporations are made out of people. And I don't want the people, well, some of the people, billionaires and other executives need to be in irons, in cages, waiting for their turns at the guillotine. Mama Guillotine is hungry. Problem is, Mama Guillotine is indiscriminate, and once blood flow starts, it is hard to stop. The inventor of the guillotine discovered that when they took care of the nobles. And then later on, when they were using it just to take care of anybody, he was one of those that lost his head to his own invention. Mama Guillotine is hungry, but Mama Guillotine is indiscriminate. Mama Guillotine just wants blood. She doesn't care whose blood it is. And once blood starts flowing, it is hard to make it stop. You're fighting uphill on a slick, blood-covered slope with no hand grips. It's hard to make it stop. But our planet is rushing towards doom right now. So, maybe. But anyway, let's take what else I have a look down here. I'm having troubles with my Big Danny story. Thought I'd mention this one real quick. I've got the idea because Big Danny is different from like Tammy. Because Tammy's story, she's got this stuff. She doesn't really have... Her big mental issue is she just doesn't want any of this to happen at first. Now she's starting to realize that what is happening has been with her whole life. And it's like sight. You know, just because you realize you can see and you utilize your sight, that sight doesn't go away. Just because you can walk and you use your walking for profit doesn't mean your ability to walk goes away. She has this talent, skill, or ability where she can't get hurt. She's just not there. Not in a graceful way. She'll fall and smack her head getting out of the way as something tries to kill her. She doesn't even know it. It just happens and whoosh, she's down on the ground and the claws that would have disemboweled her go by. So, but Danny's not like that. In fact, he's fighting hard against the compulsion that's taken the others down into murderous rage and death. He just doesn't want to hurt anybody. He just doesn't want this to happen. So I'm not quite sure where to go with his story yet. We'll find out. And making myself level, centered. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to just thank people. I'm going to read the comments later, thumbs up each one I do, answer as many as I can, but for right now I'm just thanking you for having taken the time and expended the calories to leave a comment. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibro depression, adult untreated ADHD, there is very, very little I can do to control when and how I get lost. So I do the best I can. Excuse me. I drank a whole bunch of carbonated beverage before I started recording. Now the gas wants to escape. So let me open up my Chrome and get started here. Now, I actually had it open. Shivam Kande, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but thank you very, very much. And then we have John E., greatly appreciated. Perfect Tragedy, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Ollie B., thumbs up. Pagan, Paegin, and then a little kind of an uwu face, except sideways. So thumbs up and thank you very, very much. We have Decreu. I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you much. Kathy Kitscat, good to see you. The Pepper Challenger 2, thumbs up and thank you. Kyla Doberstein, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Bailey Snyder, good to see you in the comments. Fell_, greatly appreciated. The Man Games, good to see you in the comments. G.A. Fraser 92, thumbs up and thank you. Bratish Nick, greatly appreciated. Derek Hughes, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Tamer P, thumbs up. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you for the information, good to know. And Eater, E-T-E-R, greatly appreciated. Crisco, did I just go through this? I don't even know where I am. I'm just gonna go okay, and then there's Clemson Dylan, thank you very, very much. And then there's T Programmer YouTube, thumbs up. Colin Reisner, greatly appreciated. Ice Demon, thank you very, very much. Ali Shabiri, thumbs up and thank you. How many people were there? I don't know. I literally lost track of where I was and what I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing, just the numbering just lost, gone. Woof. How about that? But thank you very, very much for having left me a comment. Absolutely, each and every one of you. You got me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you so very much. It is appreciated. And now, making sure I'm centered again. One day I'm going to get that down so I don't need to check and look. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you wanted to help support me but didn't want to send money to one of those places, I have a PayPal link down below. That would be cool if you could check that out. If you wanted to help support me but didn't want to send money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool and greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, and if you hit that bell, that would be very cool. Thumbs up for that. Well, shuckle my duckle. Whoosh! I've got this video. I still have 2 parts of that 3-part Russian Timing co-op Astroneer adventure to do. I have a Reddit reading reaction right now currently being appealed. And here's the special part, of course. YouTube tells you YouTube Classic is going away. It's going away. Most people are using the new YouTube Studio. Stop using YouTube Classic. But if you get a copyright thing or you need to appeal something, you have to click on the Studio Classic and then appeal it, because there's no way to do it in YouTube Studio. But stop using YouTube Classic. Use YouTube Studio. Right. Thanks a lot, YouTube. So, I've got all this, all that, I've got other things I'm working on, and that's a very good thing. So, You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Be good, and it's true. And conversely, of course, yesterday was the last day of the end of your life.